Hello, hello. This video is about one very simple but very cool thing from the LEGO Ninjago Legacy line and pulling back from Season 3 of LEGO Ninjago, the TV series. This is the Golden Zane minifigure accessory set. It includes a Golden Zane and 3 Ninjroids fully disassembled, so let me go ahead and put it together and let you see what you actually get here. Honestly, the minifig selection in this set is not that great. We do get the Golden Zane, which is fantastic, but the rest are just Ninjroids, and they all have the same heads, and they all have the same torsos, as we'll see up close. But the set tries to compensate for that by giving them some nice little builds. This Borg Tech Walker, for example, has 6 legs, and, it's pretty substantial. It also has the arms, one on either side. These can be rotated up and down and also brought forward a bit. Can't really slice forward of its own self, but it can turn around, I guess, for an attack. I think it would have been a little bit more useful to have the ability to properly attack forward with this thing. But, you've got the individually movable legs. You can angle it back like that. Looks almost like an action pose right there. So, you can move some stuff around. You can also angle it forward. That probably helps a little bit. Trying to get something out of it. Trying to make something out of it. Nah, it's not enough. It's not enough. It looks really cool, but it's just not quite able to make contact in combat. I think a little bit of customization would be in order for this, but it's definitely a nice looking thing and a pretty substantial build for just essentially a minifig accessory. It also does include a printed console piece there, which adds to its, its prestige maybe. And then there's this guy who gets a jetpack with katana wings. Is that what those are? I think that's what those are. That's what that's supposed to be. And, again, pretty substantial there. They can also be seen as very dangerous weapons, as he can just fly by and slice something off. So that definitely has some tactical value to it. And what I like most here is that he's actually holding on, or it is actually holding on to the controls. Just the fact that those line up, that brings a smile to my face. It really does. That, you can put the controls into the hands, and they make sense to have 2 of them like that. So that's just good stuff. You got the little jet or rocket exhaust out the back. Simple thing, but a good thing. The little guy, well, he gets a backpack, but it kind of just looks like a backpack. Maybe it's a power pack, like a, let's fall back. Maybe it's a battery pack, an extended range battery pack. Maybe he can go out to the field and power up other Ninjroids that are getting a little bit low, a little emergency pack. Use your imagination with that one. Maybe there's an official explanation for it, but, there is one other thing that you can do with this. If you want, you can take this, maybe imagine this gets damaged in battle. I'm just going to pull those end bits off, stick them in here, and now all of a sudden this guy has the killer jetpack, or at least the killer part of it. Maybe it's not a jetpack yet. Now he's going to fall back like that, but if he's on a studded surface, then he won't. So, some options there, I guess. You do kind of need to add something to this to make it more useful than just a little bit of decoration. The Ninjroids, like I said, use all the same torsos between them and also the same heads underneath. So for once, I don't need to take each minifigure all the way apart, put it mostly back together without accessories, just to show you what's on the back of the torso or on the back of the head. So you can see both. You can see the back of the torso on the left. You can see the back of the head in the middle. There is nothing on the back of the head, and that is just that. Myself, I actually think I like these Ninjroids better than the originals. They're just more striking. They look a little bit more serious to me, a little bit more grown up. Just my opinion. I do like them better than the originals, yes. Now, keep in mind, for better or worse, this is not intended to be a Season 3 Zane, Golden Zane. It's intended to be a Legacy Golden Zane, which is kind of a revisiting with some what-ifs involved. In this case, the what-if is, what if he didn't have that Season 3 specific cover over just the mouth and had a full cowl, the full hood, with the wrap as well. So this just puts him more, I'd say, on par with the proper Golden Ninja, with Lloyd, which I appreciate. I actually prefer seeing him like this, and I prefer remembering him like this for his sacrifice over what actually happened with the flat top fade and the, just the cover over the mouth. This is just more dignified, I'd say. But if what you wanted was a perfect season 3 Golden Zane, this is not it. Simply put, there's no other, there's no beating around the bush about it. This is just not it. The face under there, well, got 2 facial expressions. That one is good. And that one is great too. Maybe not useful in as many situations, but I like the Zane character myself. It's too bad that he was remembered so much for his loss and his sacrifice, or his losses and his sacrifice. I feel like his harnessing and using of the golden power, yeah, they all tapped into it, but I just feel like the positive things, the positive parts need to be focused on a little bit more than the negative parts. Of course, it doesn't all matter anyway because it's all just made up, but I'm glad that we have an official Golden Zane figure finally, and I'm personally glad that he gets the full cowl rather than the Season 3 specific setup, which was relatively a little bit weak and doesn't fit in with pretty much the entire rest of the series. This little set has a shockingly useful set of spares with a full extra pair of shurikens in gold color, and this piece that can be used as a gun. This set is $13 US, which is on par with others like it, in this type of packaging. I am so thankful that they switched to this type of packaging where the figures are not pre-built, because it allows them to sell these things so much cheaper. The ones that were on blister packs with the pre-built figures that are all displayed individually so nicely, the prices on those just kept going up and up and up, and it was ridiculous. This puts these figures at just over $3 US each, including their builds and their accessories, which is perfect, which is great. I mean, nowadays I almost expect them to cost more than that, but no, this works for me, and I'm happy about it, and I hope that they will continue to do more like these. Maybe they can make the packaging look even nicer, more interesting, more enticing, more focus on what the completed ones will look like, because when the parts are just in there, it kind of looks all jumbled and makes you wonder what actually would I be getting there, and you have to look at it a little bit more. So maybe some more work can be done on that, but the price is right. The value is there. Happy with this overall. Gave you my thoughts on the figures and the build, so that is that. There is no build video for this set because look, it's just that, so it wasn't worth doing a build video. So I will move on to the next thing on this channel and talk to you again soon.